DC. Yeah. Do you even calc, bro?
Integrating is finding area undergraphs, but sometimes it can lead to masochistic aftermath. Yeah, there are many different ways to differentiate. You'll develop a relationship that's love and hate. First up is U substitution. Find a U and DV, but no W. It's easy to get confused if you don't pay attention, but this first thing requires your full comprehension. Pick up the integral by picking a U, something differentiable that you can do. Take the term and create a DU. Search for U and DU and substitute. Pay attention, DU may not be there exactly. It may be a factor off, but that's okay as long as the power to the X is the same. Just multiply the number till it matches, then it's great. Don't forget to put the limits into function U. That is something that you can't forget to do. That's U substitution, that's a rap. Easy mathematics, hôpital rap.
Next up, integration by parts. When U substitution fails, don't let it break your heart. It's a little more complicated, a little complex, but don't worry, it's gonna be for the best. It's UV minus the integral of V du. To find those parts, this is what you gotta do. In the initial equation, locate something differentiable. This is your U, the one aforementioned. You'll have to find the dv. This is the easy part. dv is indifferentiable, this isn't hard. Integrate dv to get v. Differentiate U and equation's complete. This is great if the integral ain't complicated, but what happens if it seems over manipulated? Well, that's tabular integration for ya. Listen up.
If you're bad at integrating, tabula's your hero. Keep differentiating till it goes to zero. Yeah, anti-differentiate the other. Yeah, line them up, then you'll discover the way they match up at first is just right. Draw a diagonal line from left and to right, alternating positive and negative lines. Draw it however you want into design. Set up the equation like how I say. Match up the terms with their friend diagonally. Multiply the friends, keep the signs, string them all together and you'll be a good time. Remember, only do this as a last resort. It's helpful, it's great, but it's not that short. Try U substitution, then integrate by parts. If you can't use tabulation, it might just be too hard.
Yeah, well now you have it. 3 ways to differentiate. Now you know what U substitution is. The simpler method, integration by parts. It takes a close second.
If all else fails, try tabular integration. Integrating is easy if you have the motivation. Well,
We know what we're saying, we're not evil. We graduated from the University of Smart People.
aw,
Yeah.
it's decent. You can cut in the bad ones, but that's good. It's done, right? Yay! Oh my god.